Welcome everyone to yet another SDN Community Voices, our weekly touch point between you, the community and followers of the Service Design Network, and all the different and amazing people that are part of this network and agree to bring their voices to be part of it weekly. So today I'm very excited to be joined with the people behind the Service Design Pulse, who are going to introduce a little bit how they started building a community around service design. So bring them up to the stage and ask them to introduce themselves. Hi, welcome.
Hello.
So I would just ask you to introduce yourselves a little bit. What's your, like the names there, but what do you do, and basically what interested you to service design to begin with?
Great. Thank you for having us today here. I'm so glad to be with everyone that is watching today. I am Nikoo Javid. I'm a service designer, but I didn't start as a service designer along a journey of like 13 to 14 years. I started with my background in industrial engineering and systems design, and then I pursued an MBA and entered the management consultancy industry. Then it was the time that I understood that we need to create valuable experiences and valuable services to succeed. So I started learning about service design and then established and co founded actually a design agency. And now I work as a consultant and designing services and businesses uh, with a pinch of AI in it.
Mm. Yeah, that's impressive. Mehrnoosh.
Okay, hello to everyone. It's really nice to meet you all. Actually, I've started service design when I was, an undergraduate physics student, and we started with, we were learning it ourselves with translating the service design thinking book, as you all know, and then I studied industrial design, but it service design is not a specific discipline you can study at university at the time. It wasn't. So I did all my projects on service design, although I was studying industrial design, and then I moved to documentary filmmaking and writing. But all those experiences, I took them to get back to service design, and I'm also interested to work as specialist volunteers in different projects. That's one of my main interests. And also, now we're here. I'm now working as a service design consultant. I do service design projects, and here we are. Thank
Mm.
you.
So cool. Sodeh? Sodeh, can you hear us? Well, I'm not sure if
Hello, I'm very happy to here today and to have this chance to talk with you all. Hello, yeah,
there's a little bit of a delay, but you can introduce yourself, please.
hi. My name is Sodeh MohammadAbadi. Okay, I'm very happy to be here today and to have this chance to talk with you all. My name is Sodeh MohammadAbadi. I'm a product and service designer, researcher, and design thinking coach in business. My academic background includes a degree in software engineering, a master's in IT, and a professional doctorate in digital transformation from the University of Tehran. I've been working in product and service design for over 15 years, mainly in the IT, telecom, and e-learning industries. For 10 years, I work at e-learning university as a designer and developer of websites, portals, and education apps. My main goal during that time was to create a better experience for students, teachers, and staff. During my work journey, I have had a different experience, both corporate roles and by founding startups. About 5 years ago, I started a design thinking hub for bringing people together around this mindset. I also co-founded a startup with a few different focus on social innovation and digital services for the elderly. My passion had always be to promote and use design thinking and service design to help businesses design better services and products. Um, last year, I'm team up with Mehrnoosh and Nikoo to launch service design pulse and effort. We are very passionate about will sharing more about it with your letter in the conversation. Thank you.
Yeah, 100%. And jump into that already, taking the hook of what you're saying. What is service design pulse, right? You just created it about a year ago, as you were saying. You all come, of course, are working with service design, but all come with different perspectives and different backgrounds. So tell us a little bit how this did come to be, what was the need for it, and what's the impact that you're hoping to bring with the service design pulse.
Yeah, actually,
Yes.
as a group of service designers with different backgrounds, we focus on fostering innovation through projects, consulting, and knowledge sharing. And what we do goes beyond just delivering solutions. We are into creating spaces for meaningful conversations and for collaborations among service designers, business leaders, and innovation professionals. Um, I could say that our goal is to strengthen connections, to share insights, and to contribute to the growth and cohesion of the service design community across generations. It's about building a supportive, a dynamic network that everyone learns and grows together. And we are passionate to share our learnings with other people.
Hmm.
So we started last year with some activities, and maybe Mehrnoosh could tell us.
Yeah, we last year we organized a webinar. First of all, it was focused on the most significant insights and themes raised during the CGC 23. And we also explored the design of the event itself, because we, as service designers, that was also interesting to us, and how it was structured and executed. The webinar attracted around 100 participants, and it became clear to us that there was a strong interest for further exploration of the topic. Based on the feedback we received from the attendees, we decided to, go one step further and publish a detailed report. In the report, we approached the conference from three distinct perspectives: the in-person experience, the virtual experience, and how the event was reflected and amplified across social media and other platforms. So we also included trends, highlights, um, and we added additional resources that we found during exploring SDGC and the hot topics. Um, and also, we added some form to the report that allowed us to connect with professionals and others who were interested in service design and related fields. As we received positive feedback, not just only from the service design community in Iran, but also from people working in innovation, business, and other fields. Um, it's really confirmed us that how the interest is broad in service design and how valuable is this kind of discussions and resources. So we decided to continue our activities to this year and improve the whole thing.
Yes. And as you said, you all come from Iran, right? How do you think it's a little bit the landscape of service design there? Did you feel that service design pulse came a little bit as a need to talk a little bit more about service design, or how do you see a little bit the service design maturity in Iran right now?
Okay.
So will you go for that, Mehrnoosh?
Yeah, sure. Service design in Iran is, it's quite not mature yet, but we had very good progress during the years. Different events we had, gatherings, activities in business, and but we found out that still when there is a space to create connection between who are interested in the community services and community in Iran, and also as you know, service design is not very well known in the business, so there is always a need to create a connection between this business community and service design community. And also we found that there is a chance to create a bridge between international service designers and Iranian service designers. So that was the reason that we created the whole, content bilingual. There are some challenges that we can discuss more, but I think we are doing some very good activities to introduce service design to the public, to the business, and also take, yeah, yeah, I can conclude that there. To introduce it and do some activities to help businesses to grow.
Yeah. And you mentioned something that's very interesting also. You're doing most of your content bilingual, right? You're writing both in English and in Farsi. Was that something that came right in the beginning, or did it evolve through time? I think it's very interesting to have this language accessibility, and I wanted to know a little bit the reasons why you chose to do it.
Yeah, actually, last year, as Mehrnoosh explained, we started with a very comprehensive report, but only in Persian. And this year, we decided to do something different. This year, I mean, for the SDGC 2024, we decided to share our takeaways from the conference, both in English and in Persian. And we shared our takeaway from the every talk and keynote as a post on Instagram and LinkedIn, as a place that is not only a place for sharing contents, but a place for interaction. So we put the content there, bilingual, and gathered a community of service designers around that. Because we're actually, I could say that we are inspired by the values of this community. And it is inclusivity, that helps us to grow more sustainably. So to make this kind of connection, we started to think that what could bring people around one spot. So it was the reason that we did it, and we shared the posts, and we got many valuable feedbacks, both from speakers that were happy for their thoughts to be shared in other languages, and from the audiences and the people in our community to read the thoughts of others in the global community of service design. And we did not stop here, actually. We prepared some questions that that were addressing the mutual actually issues that we think about in a global community of service designers. And we asked the speakers to have their thoughts beyond their talks on the conference, and we asked them to answer those questions and create some videos answering those questions. And they sent us their videos, and we are going to share those videos and their answers to those critical questions of service designers. And here I invite everyone who is watching this video to join us on our social media channels on Instagram and on LinkedIn, to follow those videos and to hear more from the speakers. And in this way, we trust that we can create a space to share more thoughts and share the thoughts more broadly.
Hmm. Yeah, as you said, it's a global community. Inclusivity is very important, but also having these extra conversations about things that might be critical to other cultures or other countries, I think is very important to have. So it's one very interesting step, or two steps there, I would say. One for the language inclusivity and the other one to create these reflections. So very, very curious to hear what some of the speakers mentioned in these videos.
Yeah, thank you.
And what were probably the main challenges or the main things you faced throughout this year to kind of start building this community for someone that maybe was in the same situation that you were 1 year ago and want to start building a community around service design in their country or in their home country? How would you kind of suggest they can go about that?
Okay. That was also, it was actually exciting for us because, we started very small. We took a small step, and the feedback gave us energy to go on. First of all, we wanted to share what we learned during, attending SDGC. It was really interesting to us, and we wanted to share the insights we took to others. And the feedback we received was that, okay, we want to hear more. Can you create a report on that? And we were like, okay, sure. So we created the report. And this year we were like, okay, we created the report last year, and it was good feedbacks on it. So what we can do this year? So we were like, okay, so maybe we can extend our collaboration with SDGC, and we can create a connection with the speakers and bring more insight, and to continue the conversation beyond the conference and after that. And to continue this conversation that began, actually it was like that we started something, and it was a conversation, and it was one way monologue. It was a dialogue. So we decided to continue this dialogue and extend it in the network. And it was each step, one step at a time. So if we want to share some insights of our experience, it would be that start where you are and observe very well the community and its needs. Because what we did came out of the idea, came out of the needs that we observed in our own community. So and the bilingual content, connecting to speakers, the further ideas that we want to follow and the projects that we do are all coming from what we are, understanding from the community, the global and local community.
Mm. And how do you see a little bit that connection between the local and global community? How do you see that maybe the learnings that you have in Iranian service design community can expand to what people are doing globally, and also how people globally can help you create these further conversations in service design there in Iran?
Well, actually, this conversation can lead to the mutual understanding, and maybe it's not surprising when we found out that the context and the challenges uh, of service designers in Iran is not much different with the others all around the world. And when we hear the speakers talk about their challenges in their businesses or in their projects, service design projects, or when we share our experiences with um, our peers around the world, we understand that there are several challenges that we all face as
Mm,
service designers, but maybe each of us are trained differently because of different contexts. So we have got different solutions to those challenges. As like in Iran, we have lived in a very fast changing context, and sometimes the ambiguity is very high. So we are somehow trained to act agile and uh, um, to be able to deal with ambiguities more easily. So
mm,
whenever there is more complexity, we have some ways to deal with it, like that is built in our minds because we have lived in such a context. And when we share with our peers in other countries, we can learn how they have been through this, and we share our experiences. And also, I see a difference um, in some economic sides of the context. Like
mm,
in every country, some industries are flourishing, and those industries can give some hints to service designers where they can make more impact and where they can create more services. So depending on the service, on the industries that are more successful in each country, the theme of the works might be a bit different, and we can get precious insights from um, the other service designers all around the world about the industries that are trying to develop in our country, and to learn from them, the people who are some steps forward to us.
mm. Yeah, I think this exchange of values, learnings, everything is super important, right? And it becomes this two-way street, as you're saying, that you can learn from both sides of the coin. So it's quite an interesting thing to have you sharing all of this through the service design pulse and have a little bit of those conversations.
Exactly.
And then to that, I'll open also to anybody in the audience right now to ask any questions to these three amazing people that are here right now. I'll start with a question that we actually had previously on Instagram, if I can find it. So Amir asked on Instagram, what has been done or can be done for service design education in Iran?
It's about education. Mehrnoosh, please, you go.
Yeah, okay, sure. Service design, the design education in Iran is doing, I think it's always behind of the challenges that are happening right now in businesses. So the solutions doesn't work. So maybe we can be more practical and hands-on in the education during the education process, and also if you are Amir in some position that you can share your experiences, I invite you to um, share the experience, the real on-site experiences with others. And also one of our activities that we are going to initiate is creating a case study database, so people can also learn from each other and the solutions that they've created. So I think sharing the what we learned from doing the projects and facing challenges is one of the main keys that can bring insights and create value. And also adding more projects in different I can say industries. For example, we do some projects at the university, but there have always some I don't know, not challenging subjectives, or goals actually. And maybe I had this idea in my mind, I can share with you, that maybe we can invite students to pick some problem that they care about. For example, if I care about species that are in dangers, or for example education in itself, or maybe I have some concerns about global warming. Is there any NGOs that work on that problem, and can I join them to help them as a designer and as a service designer to work on that problem? What are the opportunities there? Because you would be surrounded by those who has the same concerns as you, and they put all they have in the work to solve the problem. And you can also, that you're going to do your best to solve the problem, and you can challenge yourself for something that you care about. So maybe creating a bridge between universities and NGOs, and creating bridges between universities and industries can, improve the quality of education on service design and design as general.
Yeah, I can already how to say relate to that, because currently I am working inside of a consultancy with an NGO. They have a program that every semester they bring an NGO to the space, and I think it's a very important work, because in the case of Statskupan, which is the NGO I'm working with, they are two people, so they don't have a lot of times the manpower to work on the amount of things they would like to work on, and they're working on biodiversity, which is quite a systemic and wicked problem. So it's quite insightful and also very rewarding as a service designer to come there and be able to help a little bit, because even if it's a little bit that you can help, it's just these 5 months that I'm working on this, you really can make a difference for those organizations that sometimes are so small and cannot have such the reach that they deserve to have, right? And then to that, I'll jump to another question from Amir also, that he asked, what is next now for you and the Service Design Pulse Network?
Nikoo?
Great question.
Or Sodeh?
Yeah, actually. Or if Sodeh wants to go for that.
Yeah.
In the next steps, Sodeh, are you going to answer that? No. Okay. Great.
No.
Yeah. Actually, we are growing as a community and building on the feedbacks that we have received, and not just from the Persian-speaking service design community, but also from the international community and professionals in other industries. We are expanding our activities. We are producing a specialist contents to amplify the voice of service designers and to connect them with businesses. We're planning to gradually introduce more events, consulting services, and hands-on service design projects. Also, the videos that I mentioned before are going to be published. And we are going to create a list of service designers in Iran and Persian speaking service designers, so they can find each other more easily to collaborate in projects, or to actually in their projects in Iran or globally. And to build a bridge, we thought that now the people who are service designers in Iran know the speakers and people in SDN community better, and maybe it's time to for the SDN community to know the service designers in Iran better, so we can collaborate more. Also, our vision is not only connect service designers, but also creating some bridges between them and industries. So all of us can benefit from this expertise. We can benefit from the experience of the people in businesses, and they can benefit from our insights and experiences. And so we are so excited about the opportunities that can open up for collaboration and innovation with all of these people.
That's amazing. I'm very excited to know more about it in the
Thank you.
coming months, see some of the videos and also some of these new things. I think also having a list of service designers is something that's such an amazing thing to do, because a lot of times you might have somebody that's working the same thing right next door and you don't know, because
Exactly.
maybe they are not actually using the service design term in LinkedIn or something like that. So there's always that struggle, I think.
Yeah, actually, we are going to create a space that they can share their own profiles, their experiences, and their interests, actually.
Perfect. So with that, that's the end of our time. So I thank you very much, Idri, for joining us today and sharing a little bit of your experience. And yes,
Thank you, and
Thanks for
thank you
having
for
us.
the great work that you are doing
Thank
for
you so
amplifying the community voices.
thank you. So I hope you have a good day.
You
Have a
too.
good day.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Bye.
And to everybody
Okay.
that joined us today and is
Have a good
stayed
day.
until now, ask any questions beforehand on Instagram or right now. Thank you very much for interacting with us. It means the world to have this interaction. And also, that's the whole idea of the SDN Community Voices, to create this space for more organic interactions. And I'm very excited to bring yet another very interesting community voices next week. So hopefully I see you all again next Thursday. So have a good week.